What's up, Rockstars? Today I'm going to be talking about a myriad of things that all relate to one another, and that is financial disaster, losing money, and how to treat consumers. As always, a huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members. It is through their financial support that this channel is possible. If you appreciate the videos I make every single week for you guys just like this, and they are for you guys and you guys alone, there is a link down in the description below. Even $1 a month would help out greatly, and I thank you so very much for it. Thank you very much. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this video for today, and we're talking about the recent Oathsworn update. So if you didn't know, update 65, Oathsworn shipping bad, losing money, red line, it's terrible. I'm not going to go over what happened, except to note a few things so that you can, and there's a link down below to this, of course, so you can look into it and you can follow everything because they tell you everything, but I'm going to get into that too. But just a quick, so you can just watch this video and kind of get the gist of it. They're suddenly, they had a quote that they were fine with, that they were going to ship with, and then they came back, and then literally like just few weeks later, suddenly it jumped up 50%, but they had backup. So they went to the backup, and the backup jumped it up 30%. And so suffice it to say, they are finally shipping it. It is coming out, but it costs a huge amount. You can imagine what something like 50 or 30% random increases at the very end do, and how little you can prepare for that. So unfortunately, there are no contracts is kind of what they're talking about. And they're not using another company that they have to pay extra to. They're doing it by hand, even doing this. So they've done everything they can. It's still expensive. So what they're doing is they're charging everybody a little bit of money, and then they're offering something in return. So let's go ahead and just scroll through this. First of all, they start with a whole bunch of like really cool community stuff. They've always been community focused, right? So this is a 12-year-old's epic teaser trailer. By all means, watch this. It's amazing. Dylan did a great job with this, and honestly, it makes my channel look bad. So I'm not going to show it to you because I don't want to feel bad and cry a little bit more, but it's amazing that even in bad news, even in all that, instead of just being some kind of soulless thing, they are still finding how great this community is and enjoying the community. As you know, when I do these videos, I focus a lot on comments. I focus a lot on what you guys are saying and talking to you guys, because that's what I'm focused on too. It's why we align so well. It's why I like Shadowborn Games so much, because they are in it the same way I'm in it, and I appreciate that when it comes to like just how their brain works, it seems to me. Okay, but then they don't beat around the bush either. Important shipping update. They don't watch 2.5 hours uncut of a bird's eye view of a shipping container, but you can if you want. It's very pretty looking. That's a blue ocean. Okay, but they have this video, watch it. They have this video, watch it. He breaks down the budget, the actual dollar amounts of what they're doing, the reasons they did, the decisions they made, what they did in reaction to what they did in reaction to that, and where they finally are. So he explains all. This is Jamie, by the way, and you'll see his name right there on the box. So you can go and watch that. And then he did an interview with Jesse from Quackalope. You can go and watch that as well. It says $2 million in shipping costs, and maybe that comes out. I haven't watched the whole thing. It's kind of long. In the interview, I don't know. He quotes about 1.8 million. So I think Jesse's probably rounding up there to a nice whole number because it adds a lot of zeros, and those zeros are certainly pretty. This is what it is. Base pledge, $8 more. Core pledge, $14 more. You got the all in, you're gonna have to pay $19 more, and then you can get your game. Now, what are they doing in return to that? 10% off for life, everything they do. It's attached to your email. They'll just do it automatically. In other words, you get shipping far less in the future, right? So you click the little pledge button or whatever it is that they're doing, right? But then in the Pledge Manager, you're going to get 10% off. So it's going to give you, somewhat of a free expansion. Maybe you wanted to upgrade, or maybe it bumps you up to the next pledge level, or maybe it just eases shipping forever in the future with them if you help them out this one time as they get their company started and get things rolling, as people are we're literally just a few months away from getting Oathsworn. That's a neat thing. And for life, that's huge. That's going to well overpay your $8. I can tell you that much, because the 10% doesn't scale with this. So everybody that got a base pledge, you guys got in good. Like, that's nice. I expect in the future, we're going to be talking about like, so how'd you get so rich? Well, I'm an original Oathsworn backer. Like, no, well, you got in on that on the original. Oh yeah. Since I've been saving 10%, and it's like a Geico commercial or something. I don't know. That's wild. 10% for life is. I mean, life is a long. I plan on living at least until 45. Okay, so What about this? First of all, I think it's great that they're talking about that they're respecting their customers, that they're making a quality product and just focusing on getting that to you. I think that's great. That actually leads me into a quick plug for Into the AM. Of course, I'm wearing their shirts. You guys know I always wear their shirts. They're fantastic. I partner with this company every single month because I love what they make. I love the quality of what it is, the price that it's at, their attitude towards the community. They're actively designing shirts with YouTubers and then posting pictures of them, wearing stuff, and it's just so community oriented. I love when I see a company like that. They get it, they know it, and they're rewarded for it constantly. There is a link down below, 10% off everything they sell. If it's on sale, you get 10% off the sale. If you just want cheaper shipping, 10% off that. They have a 3 for $60 on their shirts right now. They have tanks and a ton of new stuff. You guys know I've never seen, they hustle like a YouTuber. They really do. Like the amount, look at all this new stuff they got. Like they have all these tanks and the designs you know and love on those, but they also have a whole bunch of new ones as well that I love. This Daisy Spores tee, the Daisy Gang Trippin'. I mean, they are fantastic. Base Face, and of course, the Headbanger one, doing the actual devil horns. None of this I love you junk. None of that fake rock. The real one. All right. That's what they're doing here. Love it. I think that's fantastic. Look, he's like going over the Perfect. Anyway, guys, you know how much I love it. Quality shirts, great price. You can get 10% off. You can support the channel. You can support another great company, just like Shadowborn Games, when they're, just doing honest work and they feel that a good quality shirt sells itself. And I know you guys are repeat. Down in the description below. If you've already bought one, you know. If you haven't, you're welcome. Let's go on and move on to the rest of the video. Okay, so let's look at the comments here just real quick, and I'm going to tie this into something here. If you look here on the comments, and it's the same with the comments here, by the way. I mean, it's just an outpouring of support. How can I send more than $19? Is literally the first comment. I can't make this up. This is what people are saying. You guys are a class act, and I have no problem whatsoever in paying an extra $19. Oh man, I just came from the Marvel Zombie page. You guys are making Come On look bad. You guys have better do another quick update and add extra $0 shipping increases. I totally agree. I already paid $160 in US. Okay, so it just keeps going on. I'll be pledging that I'm adding to the tip jar. Just so much. The outpouring of support here has been amazing. It really has. It's been great to see. And again, you can see that here. It's not even contained, no problem paying the additional fee. Why? Why is it that when I go to Marvel Zombies, and the only thing I can see now, for once, Marvel Zombie comments are positive because they're talking about Shadowborn Games over here. What did I miss? Hey, this is how you manage a Kickstarter. Boom, right there. Oh, sworn. Right? Come on, should take a note from a Shadowborn Games communication, and it keeps going, and it keeps going. Seriously, people are just outpouring this support. This is the kind of advertising, by the way. This is the kind of, here's another one here. There's a whole bunch here. I recommend reading those one. Look, you cannot buy good PR. You can't force it. It just comes. It comes through your actions, not just your money. This is not just because they offer the 10%. That is a small piece of the puzzle here. And when I did my top 10 worst campaigns, this is a negative video, or worst companies to back. That is a inherently negative video that I'm doing, showing some of the worst offenders on Kickstarter, the biggest, the baddest, all that kind of stuff, right? It's inherently negative. And if you go and look at those comments, people are sharing their good experiences. They're like, hey, on the good one, be sure to mention this company. Be sure to mention this company. They itch for a reason to talk about how great of the company that they dealt with are. When I talked about my Come On customer support, a good 20% of those comments are people talking about great customer support they had when I had bad customer support. Now, that video had other problems that I injected into it, but the comments are what I'm focusing on there. Like, people want to share. People want to say, this was a great, you should back them. They were fantastic. It was a great experience there. You can't buy it. You can't buy it. And if they had just done something even close, now granted, the money jump was a lot more drastic, and that's totally on them. They've made 50 campaigns. They know how to estimate something, especially nowadays. But if they had done more than, let's see, which one is it? I know there's a little blurb. Hold on. I know it's under one of these things. It'll say, it's hard to even find. It really is. They'll talk about just how expensive it is. And somewhere in here, they mention it. I can't even find the stupid thing. Because it's not like this. A dedicated one talking about explaining the situation. Here's how we got to here. Just talk. Backers, if they feel respected, are very accommodating. We all here want to enjoy games. We want to support the companies we're backing. We really do. Like ideally, it's a give and take relationship, and this proves it. Okay, so they are taking, right? They are saying, "I need more money," just like a whole bunch of other companies have. But because they've given so much, whether it's honesty, whether it's transparency, whether it's just general respect and FOMO and its stretch goals and the fact that they had the wait list and all this other kind of stuff to make this work, all that brought it to where we give. Not only giving the money, but saying, I want to give more than that. I don't want you to have to put your own money in here. I want you to make a profit. I want you to have money. When was the last time you heard a whole bunch of people, literally a whole bunch of people in the comment section of a campaign saying, I want you to make a profit. I want you to make money. I feel so many companies are actively feeling like they can't mention if they make a profit. You almost have to hide the fact that you can make money making board games. If you're making money, you must be like greedy. You must just be overcharging. That just means you could have given us a better deal. So often that's a sentiment. But just like I mentioned long ago I mentioned this. I was looking at a Skill 75 video I made back in 2020. I was talking about when they kind of stole art and just like they would look online and then make that into a miniature and not give credit or anything like that. And they did this kind of stuff and they started like deleting comments about anything that was negative and all this other junk, right? So they were doing a whole bunch of negative things, and I was talking about how I cover a whole bunch of negative stuff on this channel, and yet I'm consistently impressed with you guys for being overall actually still quite positive, or at least respectful in your criticism. You're not like, you're just not terrible people. And I feel that, and this isn't like stroking an ego of mine or anything like that, but I feel leadership in general reflects onto a community. I feel that whether you're talking about a king or a queen or a president or a senator or a governor or a principal at a school or a YouTuber or a game developer or anything like that, anytime you're interacting with the public, a cashier even, right? A manager at a store, all of this kind of stuff, it reflects, right? It bounces off. It's that whole thing. A smile is contagious, right? Well, so is, a bad attitude, right? Same kind of thing. And so, well, I'm hoping that means I'm doing something kind of right, obviously, but suffice it to say, they have made their own community. Shadowborn Games has a community, and that community is one of mutual respect and of generosity to each other. And if both sides are giving, then neither side wants. So that's, I think, what I'm going to leave this on, that this is a right way to do it. If you are a game developer and you are watching this, learn something. If you are a backer, realize the situations you're in, what community you're in, and figure out if that's the community you want to be in, or if you want to be able to change that community, or what it is. But either way, be aware and notice things like this. It's very obvious when you see something like this, the community around CMON. And I do believe that reflects leadership. That reflects CMON. CMON made that community. Now, there are bad apples that come in. You can't just, put a gate on who comes into your community. But it's just naturally reflected, right? An overall positive vibe does that. Every YouTube channel has that. Every company has that. You can see what CMON has given themselves. And you have seen what Shadowborn Games has given themselves. Oh, one more thing I did want to interject here real quick. About how they handled it. I know a lot of people say, make a product and sell it in the Pledge Manager. Awakened Realms does that a lot, right? Stuff like that. Anytime you release any product ever, it's a risk. Anytime you do that. Awakened Realms might be one of the few companies that can get away with it, actually, because it's no different than making an add-on. If I say, I'm going to make this expansion, and look at it, it's $60, and 5 people buy it, I now have to make that. And all the upfront manufacturing costs and all of the logistics and the added picking costs and the SKUs and all that kind of stuff is incurred onto me for 5 people. So you have to kind of judge how much it's going to cost to make it And then how many you have to sell to not only make that amount, but then start making a profit, because your profit margin doesn't hit until your profit pools in to, because you start negative, right? You have to get to zero and then you start making a profit. So if it costs $20 to manufacture and you're selling it for $40, you're making $20 until you get to the, $20,000 to zero. And then you start making $20 each one. So you have to sell X amount of whatever. So it's inherently risky. And I don't believe that having something risky is necessarily the answer, especially because it's more expensive. It definitely caters to just the whales and makes everybody else feel left out. It creates an us and them versus a us, right? Which is what they've done by charging everybody. It makes the cost lower when you charge everybody like that. And it inherently breeds into FOMO because you have to do it quick, right? So it's like, hey, quick, buy this. You can buy it now or it's gone. And that's just not a good experience. And it's not how Shadowborn Games has run their campaigns. And I don't think that was the answer to him. I actually had a chat with them about this, and I do think this was the way to go. And I think most companies should go this route, to be honest. It makes a community fund the game, just like it always was, instead of making it to where just people that can afford the fancy thing can do that. And then, of course, there's no risk that they actually get deeper in the hole by doing something else. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helped to kind of explain the situation, my thoughts on this, what I would like to see other companies doing, and what I will kind of look forward to. I will have another video talking about my reaction to Oathsworn, my reaction to Anasir, my reaction to all of these big game board games, and I will be talking about what I think the industry needs to go to in the future. We need drastic change, and I have an idea on how to do it. So I hope you look forward to that. If you are, there is that subscribe button down below. If you enjoyed this video and you appreciated it, let me know. Go ahead and click a like on that. I do greatly appreciate it. Or even leave me a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. With that, have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye, guys.